Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Book of Boba Fett. So did I hate the first episode? No. Did I love the first episode? No. It's really hard to gauge whether I like this show or not. I really believe they should have released the first 2 episodes on Disney+. That way we can get a true sense of what this show is really all about. Because right now we have the fan base already divided. Some people really liked it and some people really didn't like it. But luckily for us, we got at least a pilot episode, which is about 40 minutes, so let's talk about it. So I like how after decades of waiting, they finally reveal how Boba Fett survived the Sarlacc pit. He finds a stormtrooper being digested from the inside and uses his oxygen and burns his way out. As Boba climbs out the pit, we see him on the brink of death, covered in sand, and he passes out. Later on, the Jawas find him, and they take his armor and abandon him, and he's saved by the Tusken Raiders. Don't forget how in the Mandalorian episode, the Marshal Cobb Vanth ends up with Boba Fett's armor, and they're obviously taken from the Jawas, and they end up over there with him. There's other flashbacks like this, but they jump forward to a badass scene of Boba Fett suiting up, getting his clothes put on by the droids, similar to royalty or even samurai getting dressed by their servants. This shows that he wants to build an empire or even a kingdom. And you gotta love how George Lucas would put in Japanese influence in Star Wars. It's really unique. Aliens of all kinds travel to the palace to pay respects. And there's a lot of Godfather vibes throughout this scene. We see Doc Strassi pay tribute with a Wookiee fur as he hands it to the 8D8 smelter droid. Doc Strassi is another crime boss who was under Jabba the Hutt. He's also Transdoshan, the same species as Bosk. He says something really sarcastic, and you can tell he doesn't have any respect for Boba Fett right now. We then discover the mayor won't come down and offer tribute, but wants one instead from Boba Fett. So this sets up what's to come. You got these different groups and species getting ready to test Boba Fett to see if he's a weak mob boss. And this is what I wanted from the show. I wanted Boba Fett to be like Tony Soprano meets Star Wars. Because Fett is the most badass bounty hunter in the galaxy. I mean, he was Darth Vader's go-to guy. But that doesn't mean other factions and groups won't come after the throne. I think after the events of Mandalorian Season 2 and Return of the Jedi, I think his experiences changed him. He wants to rule with respect and not with fear. I think he's seen what can happen when you rule by fear and with tyranny, and eventually you will lose. So growing up with the originals, Boba Fett's most appealing aspect was his mysteriousness. Who was behind the mask? We don't know. He was always a minimalist character, he didn't say much. So seeing his face takes away from that power. And of course in this first episode he was already giving people second chances and not torturing them and being merciful. So with that said, I do have to kind of agree with it. I mean, old school Boba Fett, he would take out his blaster and just whack him right then and there. But I anticipate he's going to get fed up with all of it and he's just going to go Kerouac on everyone's ass. Eventually he's going to get pushed too far and he's going to fill a pillowcase with bars of soap and beat the shit out of everybody.
But you don't say that.
At the end, Boba and Fennec are ambushed by warriors. They have these red shields that look just like the Rey shields from the Phantom Menace. Which leads me to believe whoever sent these warriors has money or they're from higher means of the average Tatooian.
You stupid.
In the fight, Boba and Fennec are cornered and seem to be done for. Until the Gamorrean guards come to the rescue, showing them that Boba Fett was right to spare their lives. Boba's badly injured and Fennec and the warriors turn the city into a parkour playground, which was pretty cool. So this brings me to the second complaint, and that is that Boba Fett is getting nerfed. I mean, he's back in the back to tank, he keeps getting his ass kicked, he's not using his guns. So that's the other complaint that I can see from a mile away, and I hope that Disney doesn't get scared to use guns and let him be an efficient killer that he is. I mean, don't forget, he is notoriously feared and known throughout the galaxy as the ultimate bounty hunter. But I believe that he has his mask off a little too much, and I think that he's a little too nice, and I think he needs to kick some ass. Seriously. So if we fix these 3 things, then I think we'll be Gucci. So all in all, this was a pretty good first episode, guys, and that's why I'm going to give the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett a B. So guys, don't forget to let me know what you thought about the episode. Are you going to come back for more? Are you going to watch episode 2? Let me know down below. Was it good? Was it bad? But that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much. God bless. And we will see you on the next one.